It was word of mouth in the community. Cops work hard for us.
Absolutely. But it starts at home as well, right? It starts at home. What are the parents saying?
Yeah.
What kind of conversations are parents having about cops? So you hear about news stories, and it bothers me now because you're starting to see it in movies and in all kinds of commercials where you have to worry about being killed by the police. I had to teach my son that you have to be worried about being killed by the police. Well, how about you have to teach your son to respect authority, or respect their elders, or respect when you're being pulled over, when you're having an encounter with the police, don't act crazy.
Yep.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Yep.
Don't listen to whatever voices in your head that told you the cop is bad and you didn't even meet him before.
Yep. That kind of good parenting combats all these lies. It
certainly does. And so, but watch for it, right? Watch for it in TV shows, watch for it in commercials, watch for it in the media where you see these kinds of statements.
I got one better for you. Did you know that my daughter just came home, and I don't want to name the school because I don't want to make it a target, although you deserve it. You deserve to be a target for this. My daughter came home from government class, and they show a video about dealing with police. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is that police tend to be violent and aggressive in the way that they act toward you. So now, the good thing was that they do have a scene in there that talks about properly submitting, but it gives all the false statistics about law enforcement coming after the black man.
Sure. And
how you need to fear them, and that it's terrible. Like, it is propaganda at the highest level, and it's a New York State curriculum now, video. Yeah. Or, I hope our government teacher didn't just choose it on his own, but I'm pretty sure it's something that's statewide in the schools, that indoctrination.
Absolutely. As opposed to properly teaching and raising your children with common sense.
Right.
I tell you one thing. I've never had that conversation with my father about police. I started driving at 16. I was ready. Mm-hmm. I had my permit, got my license, and I started driving. And I have never had that conversation with my father or my mother about police officers. Watch out for police officers. You know what they told me? Show respect.
Yeah.
Not just the police officers, the people that, like the Bible says, you honor your parents, honor your mother and your father, but that doesn't just include who's in your household. That includes the rest of your neighbors, right? Mm-hmm. People that are older, your next door neighbor that is your senior, mm-hmm. that is your elder, your teachers. You are to respect those that that presents themselves in a way that has authority. And whether they, we're not talking about abuse authority. We're just talking about people, regular encounters with people. There's a certain way you talk to people. There's a certain way you don't talk to people, especially people that are older than you. Mm-hmm. People, and again, I use authority because we're specifically talking about police. But again,
there's no authority anymore. Like, that's the attack. That's the attack. The destruction of authority.
They've succeeded, right? They're stripping the police of any kind of authority, mm-hmm. because they want to handcuff the police officers and not the bad guys.
This is why you see, I've got right here, Officer Joseph McKinney just about a month ago. When you combine partiality with lack of respect to authority, Officer McKinney, who's no longer with us, he was murdered. The individual that killed him was arrested in March, possession of an illegally modified firearm that made a rifle automatic in nature. And he was arrested for that in March. Partiality, let him go. No bond, you're free. 1 month later, a traffic stop, and he murders Officer McKinney. And this is just one story of we've had 350 officers in 2024 shot. Now, it's way more than that, because the troopers don't even report. Like, the incidents with their guys, this is only the ones that are reported. It's probably triple that within the nation, but this is what we're seeing. Nonstop because of that that narrative of there's just no authority's bad, apparently.